Welcome to the video. Today we're skipping the usual political theater to uncover the invisible cartel holding the actual kill switch to our modern digital world. We are peeling back the curtain on a global tech monopoly, and trust me, the reality is way wilder than fiction.
So who actually controls the future? We hear about the fierce tech war between the US and China pretty much every single day, right? It's always framed as this classic geopolitical race. But who really holds the ultimate power over human civilization's progress? Well, the answer isn't a superpower. It actually starts right in your pocket. Every single smartphone you touch, every device we all rely on daily, is entirely dependent on advanced microchips. They are the absolute bedrock of our modern reality. But it doesn't stop there. It extends to the massive, humming AI data centers building the neural networks of tomorrow. Without these tiny chips, the advancement of artificial intelligence, it just stops dead in its tracks.
And maybe most critically, it dictates the balance of global power. We're talking next-generation military drones, the newest electric vehicles. Literally every single one of these physical machines is born from the exact same microscopic components.
Section 1, the ultimate choke point. A single Dutch town. Okay, to truly grasp how a single entity managed to capture the entire global tech grid, you absolutely have to understand something called Extreme Ultraviolet, or EUV lithography. We're talking about a proprietary physics process that uses ultra-narrow light wavelengths to carve billions, and I mean billions, of microscopic transistors onto a piece of silicon no bigger than your fingernail. Honestly, it sounds like pure science fiction. These engineers essentially perfected an impossible physics glitch. Picture this. A high-powered laser fires, it blasts molten drops of tin, and it repeats this 25,000 times every single second, entirely inside a vacuum. All of this extreme engineering just to generate the ultra-precise light needed to print these chips. It is, without a doubt, the most complex machinery ever mass-produced by human beings.
And the sheer scale of this monopoly? It's staggering. ASML is literally the only company on planet Earth capable of building these machines. In a single unit, it costs upwards of $300 million. Let that massive number sink in for a second. $300 million. There is no alternative, and for sure no cheaper knockoff available.
The logistics are just as insane. The machinery is so colossally massive that you actually need 3 Boeing 747s just to transport one single unit. And once it finally arrives at a facility, it takes a highly specialized team an entire year to install it before it can even begin operation.
Because of these massive barriers to entry, ASML maintains a flat-out 100% market share in the advanced machines that make the world's best chips. I mean, if ASML stops shipping today, global tech evolution drops off a cliff tomorrow. There's literally no backup plan.
Section 2, the Silicon Triangle, a highly consolidated manufacturing web.
So once ASML actually builds and ships a machine, it goes to one dominant region, Taiwan, specifically a company called TSMC. They use ASML's hardware to manufacture over 90% of the world's most advanced processors. 90%! The entire rest of the planet combined is left fighting over the remaining 10. That level of concentration is almost unheard of in any industry.
Let's break down this hegemony architecture, because it's fascinating. ASML in the Netherlands builds the proprietary machines. TSMC in Taiwan actually manufactures the physical processors. And then US giants, think Apple, Nvidia, AMD, they engineer the designs. That's the triangle. Which means everything from your personal cloud storage to highly classified nuclear launch codes hangs on an ultra-centralized supply chain managed by just a handful of corporate boardrooms.
You see, this isn't the free market story we're usually sold. You can't just raise $1 billion and start a rival business. Nope, this is a corporate tech fortress. It's guarded by decades of highly protected, untransferable physics secrets designed from the ground up to keep the rest of the world totally locked out.
Section 3, the geopolitical kill switch, weaponizing the silicon cartel.
Now, the speed of a potential collapse here is terrifying. Let's say a factory in Taiwan goes offline, whether from a natural disaster or a geopolitical conflict. By week 1, global chip manufacturing capacity vanishes instantly. Fast forward a few months, we're looking at trillions of dollars in economic damage worldwide. Entire industries would just be completely paralyzed.
Global superpowers know this choke point exists. When tensions flare up, they pressure ASML to restrict exports, effectively crippling an opposing nation's development for an entire generation. It totally shatters the free market myth, proving our civilization's infrastructure actually relies on extreme centralization, managed by an elite corporate network with a single, fragile point of failure.
Section 4. Controlling the light, the true leverage over our collective future.
You know, we spend all day obsessing over the algorithms on our screens. But as the race for artificial general intelligence rapidly accelerates, we have to wake up to a hard truth. The true master of the code isn't the programmer, it's the entity that owns the printer. The gatekeepers of the hardware literally hold all the cards.
I want to leave you with this final thought. The Silicon Cartel didn't just build a highly profitable business model, they built the literal infrastructure of human progress. Because on this new ledger of high-tech capitalism, he who controls the light controls the future of the world. So ask yourself, as we rapidly build the artificial intelligence of tomorrow, who do you think will ultimately control the light?